Peace, beautiful people. It is your girl, the real Tony Hickman, and I am coming to you today, taking a long ride from a hospital, seeing a friend. And I was really just thinking about how important and precious life is, and we don't even acknowledge all of the ways that we disrespect life by not fully committing to our own capabilities, you know. I made a video a while ago, and then I hope y'all can hear me because yeah, it's loud. But I made a video a while ago, and I didn't like the way the video looked because my hair wasn't done, and I needed to make sure that I looked decent because the hair was just all over the place. But that's the main reason I didn't put the video up. In June of 2024, I ended up going through a lot of changes in my life, and I had some bad thoughts in June. I ended up losing my car. I ended up losing my home. And I was on a deadline, on top of a lot of responsibilities that I already have, okay? And so I was feeling really heavy in my spirit because of all of my responsibilities. But I knew I had to keep going until I just felt like I couldn't anymore. And I was just feeling really dark. And when I say I felt like I couldn't anymore, I mean, I really felt like I was frustrated with living. I was having dark thoughts. All the thoughts you think that can come with dark thoughts, that's what I was having. And so I called a friend because I was hoping that they would help talk me off the ledge. But I'm thinking perhaps, I don't know what happened, but they didn't talk me off the ledge. Actually, they made me want to go jump off the ledge, which made me lose it, and I drove myself to the hospital. I didn't have control of my emotions at that point. I was in control this whole time. I've been in control, and I lost control. And I drove myself to the hospital, and I basically knew not to tell them about my worst thoughts, because in the back of my mind, I knew I had to get back to my responsibilities. But I just needed to talk to somebody at that moment. I couldn't even talk. I boo-hooed so hard that I couldn't even talk. And so I get in the hospital, they call in the police to make sure that, you know, I wasn't going to do the inevitable. And, you know, one of the security guards started talking to me and asking me what is wrong. And maybe that's just what I needed. I needed somebody to show me that they cared about my well-being. I needed somebody to just comfort me through this time, because I was feeling like all I had was myself. And so after I talked to her, I went in the hospital, and they were gonna admit me, but I had to sit in the waiting room. And so while I'm sitting in the waiting room, I'm looking around, I'm looking at the time, and my reality hits again. And it's just like, no matter what's going on with you mentally, you cannot stay here. You don't have that luxury. You don't have that option. you must go and handle your business. And so I left out of the hospital, and that was that. And eventually I was okay, but I had to break down in order to realize that I was okay. We deal with so much in our life as individuals and as a collective. We just deal with so much. We carry so much, and we carry not only our weight, we carry the weight of the people we love. And the reality is, it gets heavy sometimes. Carrying the luggage of emotions can get very heavy. But after leaving this hospital and seeing a friend that could have almost lost their life, it also brings me back to the idea of how much we need to be grateful for our life, even in our worst times. We need to remind ourselves to be grateful, because while we're here, we're here. And I think the goal is just to make the best of what we have while we're here. But I was listening to this sister, and I sent the poem to everybody I knew. But I was listening to this sister, and she was just talking about, how do you expect people to give into you? How do you expect the world to give to you when you don't even give of yourself? You don't even give to yourself. You don't even respect yourself. And she didn't say it in those words, I'm paraphrasing, but when I tell you, this sister was on point with probably so many people, and in order to write something like that, she was also talking to herself. And I know that because I write like that. And the emotion that was behind what she was writing was coming from a place of her higher self talking to her. But it was so profound, and it was a reminder, like, in the midst of dealing with everybody else in their shit, just like I was in my shit in my head and wanting to give up on life. You know how many people are in this world right now that feel the same way? They feel like they don't have nobody to talk to. And even when they go and talk to somebody, like, those people will say, toughen up. You know? Toughen up. It's just toughen up. You got to toughen up. But we all need those breaks. We all need those breakdowns. Or we end up breaking down on other people. We end up letting out our frustration with ourselves on other people. We end up lashing out on people we love because we haven't solved an issue that we have within ourselves. And that part ain't cool at all. So, you know, I make this video, and I've been making more car videos. Like I said, I hope the sound comes through better. So I'm gonna finish up my video because my phone got too hot. It's hot outside in Houston now. But anyway, long story short, cherish your life. Cherish the time you have. And when you feel energies around you that are not complementary to where you need to be mentally, it's okay to pull back and recharge on your own. I love you. Follow me at The Real Tony Hickman on all social media. Peace.